Reverse Meditations, Video 9. The whole purpose of yoga is to experience oneness consciousness, to experience union. Yoga is a science of self-realization. Now, what is this self? When we think of ourselves, we do so from a state of ordinary consciousness. In a state of ordinary consciousness, our consciousness is full of noise. The noise of rising thought waves, our ideas, our opinions, our beliefs, our memories. And we use these to help to define who we are. We use our thought processes to define ourselves by identifying with specific thoughts and ideas and beliefs and opinions and memories. We help to create our character. So our character will have preferences, likes and dislikes, things which we consider good and things we consider bad, and so on and so on. And all of this is reiterated by the thought waves occurring in our mind. So in an ordinary state of consciousness, you have this whole continuous movement of thoughts after thoughts after thoughts, which are continuously enabling us to remain identified with our sense of self, our ordinary sense of self. Now, yoga allows us the opportunity to disengage with the thought processes, to neutralize the thought processes, to regulate them, so that we can experience more subtle states of awareness, more subtle states of consciousness. We're experiencing these as a result of moving beyond the noise of the mind into more subtle states of concentrated awareness where the noise has been purified. And as we move to more purified states, we ultimately experience the state of pure consciousness, pure conscious being. And this is the true self. So when we experience this, we realize the self. So we're no longer identifying with any of the thoughts and the preferences which are occurring in the mind. We're now identifying with a pure state, and that state is our essential nature. Now, just because we experience this state of pure conscious being doesn't mean that we're going to become robotic in the way we're living. The opposite is true. Life becomes far more enjoyable because there's a heightened sensitivity to every instance, to every moment. Through the understanding of our true nature, we have been able to awaken this power to intuitively discriminate, so that in each and every rising moment we can appreciate what is actually taking place. So we're no longer running after the good stuff and running away from the bad stuff. It's no longer a case of attachments and aversions. Each moment has its glory, has its blessing, and we are able to identify what that blessing is, and we're able to interact with it in a way which allows life to unfold and to flow more harmoniously, and in turn for us to be able to be more fulfilled, content, and at peace. So the reverse meditation practices which we've gone through in this video series are simple practices. It's quite natural that we'll want to participate in our formal meditation practices to discipline our minds and to be able to experience a state of pure conscious being. But it's important to remember that our essential nature is as a pure conscious being. It's always the truth. It's always the reality. And these exercises are just a simple way for us to remind ourselves of this truth during the course of the day. As mentioned previously, it's not a case of you sitting down for hours to carry out or perform any of these specific reverse meditations. But I'm hoping that you'll find that one or two of three of the practices will be of meaning to you. And through your developing the habit of using these practices, you can start bridging what you're experiencing in your formal meditation practice and your informal practices, so that you can experience balance and even-mindedness throughout the course of your days.